everybody. This is Carrie from Miss Carrie Tells Stories, and I'm really excited to be with you today because we're going to be reading a really fantastic book called Captain Starfish. So before we were all sent home and told we couldn't go to school for a little while, I was reading this book with a group of young people in an after-school program I was teaching, and I loved it so much, and they loved it so much, I thought, I should share it with you. So that's what we're going to be reading today. So before we get into that, I have one question for you. It's our opening question. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling today? Oh, I think I heard someone say happy. Oh, sad? I'm sorry to hear that. Bored, yeah. Not being able to go outside all the time and be in school can feel a little boring, being stuck at home. I understand, yeah. So many feelings we can feel. Well, this book, Captain Starfish, is about a little boy named Alphie, and we're going to be thinking about what are some of the things he's feeling in this story. You ready? Here we go. Captain Starfish by Davina Bell and Alison Colpois. The day before the underwater dress-up parade, Alphie got that feeling. Take a look at him. That's Alphie. How do you think he's feeling? Look at his face and the shape of his body. Can we do that with our bodies? It was the same feeling he'd had before the running races, when he was sure that he'd come in last. It was the same feeling he'd had before Antoinette's reptile party, and he was worried about musical chairs. It wasn't a nice feeling. Alphie had his costume ready. He had practiced wearing it while he marched around the living room, pretending he was in the school hall, leading the parade. "You look nice, Alphie," Mom had said in a very proud voice. "You'll be the star," Dad had said, and winked his eye. "You're brave," Alphie said to himself. "You are brave enough to be Captain Starfish." But it wasn't really true. If he didn't feel brave, how did he feel? Scared? Nervous? Right, when you're not feeling brave, you might feel scared or nervous. Alphie hadn't gone to the running races. He had hidden under his blanket and stayed there, even when it got hot and itchy. Alphie had only gotten halfway to Antoinette's reptile party before he'd asked his mom to turn the car around. He had hidden Antoinette's present away, but sometimes it poked out, and Alphie got that feeling again. When you feel scared and nervous, what do you do? Alphie likes to hide when he feels that way. Do you do the same thing? Before bed, Mom gave Alphie's forehead an extra long kiss. "Sleep well, Captain Starfish," said Dad as he switched on the nightlight. But Alphie didn't sleep very well. In the night, he dreamed, and they weren't nice dreams. He dreamed about a big, angry octopus with a tiny little hat. He dreamed about a hissing sea snake and a spiky pufferfish and not being able to get out of a bubble. Everyone try to get out of your bubble. He dreamed that he was carrying the ocean all on his own. Oh, that was so heavy. See how he's carrying that all by himself? His worries and his fear felt heavy to him, like carrying the ocean. In the morning, Alphie curled up like a hedgehog. His tummy hurt. "I'm not brave enough to be Captain Starfish," he whispered to the cowboys on the wallpaper. Mom came in and sat on his bed, and Alphie said to her, "I can't." He turned to look at her face and said, "Please, don't be angry." But Mom wasn't angry. "When you're dressed, Alphie," she said, "we're going someplace special." Where do you think the mom was going to take Alphie? Let's find out. Where was it? The aquarium. Everything there was shimmery and beautiful. There was a tunnel under the ocean where you could stand on a moving sidewalk. That was where Alphie saw... What do you think he saw? A starfish! It was blue and white and perfect, just like his costume. Alphie looked down at his sneakers. All around him, the ocean felt as heavy as the world. Just then, a little fish popped out of a coral forest down near the ocean floor. Its fins reminded Alphie of a tiny butterfly. It came right up and right to the glass and wiggled at Alphie, and Alphie whispered, "Hello." Then it swam straight back into the coral forest. Alphie watched and waited, but it didn't come out again. How do you think that made Alphie feel when the little fish didn't come out again? Alphie thought about the orange fish with a friendly wiggle all the way home. "He came out, but only for the tiniest second," said Alphie. "I think he smiled at me." "Sometimes clownfish need to hide away," said Mom. "It's just what they do." "People too," said Alphie, thinking of the dress-up parade, which didn't seem quite so scary now. Mom nodded. "Yes, people too." It was so late when they arrived that Dad had already run the bath. "Dad," said Alphie, "I wasn't Captain Starfish, but it doesn't matter." "Not at all," Dad agreed. "Maybe next year," said Alphie. "Next year, I'm going to dress up as a clownfish," Alphie told the cowboys on his wallpaper. Why do you think he wanted to dress up as a clownfish next year? And that's just what he did. The end. So, at the end of the book, how do we think Alphie felt? Was he scared anymore? Was he nervous? Maybe. But can you be brave and still feel scared and still feel nervous? Yeah, maybe you can. Maybe being brave is doing something that feels scary and that you're nervous about, but trying it anyway. Not making those feelings go away, but saying, it's okay to feel that, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. I think that's what being brave really is. So, today we are going to be making our own Alphie puppets, and I want to show you first some of the things you might need. So, number one, you are going to need one piece of plain white paper, just one. You're going to need 2 pieces of construction paper, any colors you want. There's no right color, there's no wrong color. You're going to need some glue. Oh, there's Oliver. He's in time for the art project. You're gonna need...
I'm not doing the art project.
That's okay. You need a pair of scissors, but kitty scissors, please. And a stapler, if you have one. If not, glue is just fine. And then some extra decorating things if you have it, but I'm going to show you what to do if you don't have things like sequins or pom-poms or beads or anything like that. But, oh, wait. We have a visitor. And no, it's not Oliver. It's, oh. You want to come out? Oh, I think he's feeling a little nervous. All right, let's just give him a second. All right, come out when you're ready. Alphie, is that you? Oh, well, Alphie, you're looking a little, well, how do you think he feels? Oliver, how do you think he feels right now?
He feels sad, but I'll cheer him up.
You will? Okay, well, Alphie, can you tell us, why do you feel sad? Well, I feel sad because I miss my friends, and I can't go to school. Oh, well, Alphie, I know. Oh, that's so nice of you, Oliver. I know it's hard.
You could play with my butterfly toy.
Well, that's just what I was going to ask. What can we do to make Alphie feel better? Would you like to play with Oliver's little butterfly toy? Uh-huh. Here, try it.
You could keep it.
I could keep it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't really need it.
What are some other things we could do to make Alphie feel better?
He could play with a pencil.
Play with a pencil? Can
to
we
make it, to pretend he could be a knight and he's using it as a sword.
Uh-huh. Can do that? I love playing swords. Can we ask, actually, our friends out there, what's something that you might want to do to help Alphie, make Alphie feel better? Maybe think about when you're sad, or you're nervous, or you're scared, or disappointed. What are some things that make you feel better?
Maybe chopping on eating scissors.
Uh-huh, very fun. Why don't you go over there? All right, we're going to let our friends in over there.
Okay.
I think I hear someone saying something. Shall we ask them? Uh-huh. Did you say, think of the things that make you happy? What do you think about that? What makes me happy? Sorry, had to stop for iPads. What are some things that make you happy, Alphie? I know. I like going outside and running around playing. Well, is that something you can still do? Uh-huh. I can still go out and play. There's nothing telling me I can't go out and play. That was a great idea. Thank you so much. You really helped Alphie. Thank you so much. Now I feel so much better. Bye. I'm going to go out and play. All right, Alphie. Bye-bye. Wow, you were really helpful. Thank you so much. Maybe Alphie will come out later. But today, what we are going to do is we are going to make our own puppets. Let me show you an example of what we're going to make. So as we know, Alphie, at the beginning of the book, was Captain Starfish, and he had a starfish costume. So I thought we'd make these little starfish costumes. Look at that. And that way, when you feel sad or you feel nervous, you could talk to Alphie about it, and he'll know just how you feel. So, the first thing we are going to do, let me get my little whiteboard, is we are going to make the starfish. So, on one piece of paper, preferably your lighter colored paper, but it doesn't have to be, you're going to make a starfish. So, let me show you how you do it. The first thing you need to do is think about where your hand is. So you might need a grown-up for help here because you're going to want your hand to fit into this. And what I'm going to do is on top of my fingers, let me just do this here, I'm going to draw the first two lines of a triangle, not the bottom. So can you see that? See how my hand would fit into that? So the first two lines of a triangle. So you don't want to do the bottom. But if it helps you to do the bottom, just lightly with a pencil draw that so you could erase it later. Okay? So once you've got that done, you're going to make two straight lines at the end of your triangle. So let me show you. It's going to go like this. Just like that. One straight line here, one straight line here. So you have the triangle, and it should be able to fit your hand underneath. Fits mine. And then line and a line. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to make two diagonal lines. A diagonal line, it kind of goes up and down. Diagonal. So I'm going to do two diagonal lines going down. And this is going to make it look like it makes two more triangles. So here's one, and here's two. So then you have this. So I had my straight line and then a diagonal. Straight line and then a diagonal. You got it? And if this is hard, it's okay. You can ask a grown-up for help on this one. It took me a lot of practice to be able to do this. So we have our triangle. Our hand fits inside. We have one straight line, another straight line, diagonal, diagonal. Now, this time we're going to do two more diagonals, but it's going to go out to the side. So it'll go like this. So it's kind of like we're giving it legs. You see that? Kind of looks a little like an angel right now, not a starfish. So we had our two diagonals going down. Now we have two more diagonals going down but out. All right, you ready for the last step? The last step is you are going to do two more diagonals going back into the center of the starfish. So it's almost like we're giving it legs. It looks like it's taking a leap. It's dancing. So we had the two going out. And now we have two more going in and meeting in the middle. And if I did it well, which I think I did all right, it might look like this shape. So what you're going to do, if you have it drawn, you're going to take your two pieces of paper, and put them together. And a grown-up might want to help with this one. And you're going to cut out the shape, but with the starfish part on the front and the plane in the back. So that way you're cutting out two that are equal size. So you're cutting out your starfish. And what you're going to have by the end is this. See that? One side is orange, and one side is red on mine. What two colors did you use? And if you don't have construction paper, you did this on white paper, guess what? You get to color it later, Lucky. And you get to do it whatever colors you want. Okay, ready for the next step? What you're going to do is you are going to glue or staple. I prefer staple right now, but you could do whatever you want because with glue you have to wait for it to dry. 4 sides. So, see, this is our top right here. We are not going to staple the top. We are not going to staple the top. We're going to staple the sides. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And that way we have the starfish. The next thing you're going to do, put this down for a little bit, is you are going to make Alphie. So on your white piece of paper with a pencil, you are going to draw a picture of Alphie. Now, here, let me do this actually on my whiteboard with you. What shape do you think we can make the head? Let's that again. What shape do you think we can make the head? Okay, we can try a circle. If you said square or triangle or oval, you could also do that. Totally up to you. You are the artist. So I am going to make a circle. Now, so there's my circle. What are some things we have on our face that we could draw on the face here? Oh, eyes. Okay. What shape can we make the eyes? Oh, I heard circle. I heard oval. I heard like a crescent. Why don't we do an oval? I like that. Let's do oval. How many? How many eyes do we have? 2. All right. Let's do 2 ovals. 1, 2. Is that good? Yeah, I think we're on our way. What is something that is in our eyes? Do you know what we call those? Yes, eyeballs, but there's the black part. Do you know the fancy word for the black part of your eyes? It's the pupils. Now, we know Alphie sometimes feels scared or nervous, and so maybe to do that, I'll make his pupils down to show that he is feeling sad. And then, what is something else that we use to show our feelings on our face? That's right, our mouth. Our mouth. So when we're smiling, it goes up. When it's sad or nervous, it goes down. So we're going to think about our lines. What line can we do to maybe show that Alphie is feeling sad? Oh, that's right. We could make a curved line. So we're going to curve it down. It's kind of like an upside down U. If you wanted, and you want to make him maybe a little nervous, maybe we could do a squiggly line. There's no right, there's no wrong. And then maybe we'll do a little nose. We can make him with a little button nose. It's a little triangle. Or maybe he has a big nose. That's a little silly. Maybe he has a long nose. I don't know. I kind of liked the little nose, but you could do whatever nose you want. You're the artist. Remember that. And then, what are the things we hear with? Oh, our ears. So I'm going to do 2 more curved lines. Maybe give him a little hair. Right? Color it in a little bit. Well, you could color it in with colored pencil later. I'm just doing it with the black and white right now. There you go. And then let's think about his body a little bit. What is this thing that we have here? Our neck, that's right. So we're going to make 2 lines for our neck. I don't know why I make those noises. It helps me. Then we have our shoulders. So we're going to do 2 curved lines up. So it's kind of like 2 upside down U's. And it's okay if they're not even. I might actually erase that and make it a little more even. That's why we have erasers on our pencils, to fix our mistakes if we don't like something. And then maybe arms, they're going out. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And then 2 lines going down for the body. And I don't have room on this anymore, but you could add hands and things like that. And then when you have time, you could color it in, give him like a shirt, right? There you go, right? And that's how you might want to draw Alphie. But again, remember, you're the artist, and any way it comes out is fine. Now, one thing I think I forgot to tell you in the when I was giving the materials is you need something like maybe a straw or a bamboo stick, a chopstick, a craft stick, because we need to put Alphie on something. So this is my Alphie. And what I did was I put him on a straw. I cut it in half. Can you see back there? It's kind of the same color. There you go. See? And once I finished coloring him in, I attached him to the top. So it goes right in the top here. And then I sealed it shut with a staple. You could do glue again. And then when you're done with that, think about how you might want to decorate your starfish. I don't think I've told you this, but from all our other projects, I've been saving some of my scraps of construction paper because I don't like to throw things out. I don't like to be wasteful. So I thought, I don't really have sequins and things like that right now. I have a little bit, but I don't want to use it. I want to save it maybe for another project. Why don't I use some of my construction paper? So what I did was I took this and I ripped them into small pieces, just like that, see? And then I took some glue and I glued it to the outside. We call that the perimeter, the outside. And that's how I decorated it. And in the end, I got my puppet. Now, I know this is going to take you a lot more time. I went through this pretty fast. Don't rush. There's absolutely no rush to get this done. But I'm really excited to see what you come up with. I'd love to see your finished products. So, if you want to show me what you made, you can do one of 2 things. You can go onto my Facebook page, Miss Carrie Tells Stories, and you can share it there. Or you can email it to me at misscarrietellsstories@gmail.com. That's fine as well. So misscarrietellsstories@gmail.com, or my Facebook page, Miss Carrie Tells Stories. And of course, these videos are always free, but if you enjoyed it and you're able, I would be very appreciative for a donation. And you could do that at my Venmo, which is Carrie-Elman-Larson, Larson with an E-N, not an O-N, as I always say. Carrie Elman Larson, and that is my Venmo. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what you created. I believe I'll be seeing you on Friday, and we'll be doing one more story for Women's History Month, and we're going to be doing a little writing exercise. Can't wait to see you then. Thank you so much for joining. Bye-bye.